Hey there, I want to welcome you back to this series on your true identity in Christ. I'm Robin Coates, and this is our wrap-up video on this series. So maybe you're going, this is great, but what now? So this video is kind of about where to next. What do you do with this? It's kind of the wrapping everything up, take-home message, and resources. First of all, I want to thank you so much for being here. And let's talk about the take-home message. The take-home message is that in Christ you are loved, accepted, and you are completely complete. You are complete. Christ has blessed you in the heavenly realms with every spiritual blessing. That is true. Nothing will make that untrue. And so now it's just a matter of you walking that out. We talked about how in Christ our who, where, and our what. Our who is our identity, who we are as Christ's child, beloved child, how we are placed in Christ. And we talked about our where, that's our home, our eternal home in heaven. We're citizens of heaven. And our what, our calling. We have been called. We have a purpose and a plan that God has given to each and every one of us. So maybe you're thinking, this is great, but I want to go further. What do I do next? I'd really encourage you to get into, I call it your posse, get into a group with other believers that you can grow in. That could be a church, a Bible study, and you might want to go back through these videos. I encourage you to print out all of the tool sheets, put them in a binder, and this is going to be something that you're going to want to go over continually from time to time, go over. We never ever get to the point where we've mastered it and we can kind of forget that. This is one of those continual things that we want to kind of like maintenance on your car. You don't go get just one oil change. You're continually going back, getting that oil change, or a doctor's appointment. You continually go get those doctor's appointments. So you'll want to be doing that as well. If you want to go deeper, this is what I'm going to encourage you with. I'm going to encourage you to go to a ministry that I have really spent a lot of time reading their resources. I'm not associated with this organization, but I have been learning about, this is where I really learned about who you are in Christ. And that is a ministry called Freedom in Christ. It is Neil T. Anderson. He is the one who started this ministry. I've read his books, Victory Over the Darkness, The Bondage Breaker. And I am going to encourage you, if you want to go, there's other ministries out there. So if you want to do your own research and you want to find maybe your church, if your church has I would say if your church has a freedom ministry, I would get plugged in there first. Or if you know maybe a neighboring church or a church in your community has some type of a freedom ministry, I encourage you to start there. But I realize there's some people who are like, I don't have one. I don't have one in my church or in my community, or maybe I've tried it and it just didn't, for whatever reason, didn't fit for me. Then this would be another option. And Freedom in Christ is a ministry you can go to. In the mentoring page, I've got resources listed where you can go. Freedom in Christ Ministries, you can just Google it, or you can go to www.ficm.org. Some resources that I'm encouraged for you to start, this would be a starting point, would be if you go to their website, across the top, you'll see the tabs, and there will be a tab that says free resources. And if you go there, you can click off. I'd start off by printing off the Who I Am in Christ statement sheet, and begin renewing your mind with those truths, those I am statements. Those are statements such as, I am a beloved child of God. I am the righteousness of Christ. Those are the type of statements that we're talking there. It's your identity, who you are in Christ. That would be a first step. If you decide that you don't have the resources you need in your church or community. The next thing, actually, I'd print that out. Even if you do have resources in your church, I would print out that statement sheet. I'd also do the second thing. Even if you do have a church or resources, there is on that website, there is a free resource of a book entitled Restored. I would download that and I would start reading that book. It's going to talk about, it's going to talk about what we talked about in the series, but much more in depth. And again, you can find that under the free resources tab. If once you go through those and you're like, I still need more, and you don't have a posse to do life with, that ministry, Freedom in Christ, they also have opportunities for you to do online groups where you're going to go through a Freedom in Christ type course. And this is like, I'm telling you, this will set you free. Being with other believers over an extensive period of time, like these are not just a few days or a few weeks. This is over the course of few months, and you can get online and learn more about that. Let's see, you can find that. It is under the tab entitled What We Offer. That's where you'll find the courses, and you can find the course that fits where you're at developmentally in your walk with Christ. If you're new to this, definitely start at level 1 Get Started course. So that is just kind of a place for you to launching pad for you. I definitely encourage you to go back, use this, take some other people through this course, this online course. I created it to be a free course that you can take the videos, you can share them because now it's your turn to disciple others. Even though you're like, oh no, I can't do that, I'm a baby Christian. If you've been through this course, you're further ahead than somebody who's brand new, who has never gone through this. So I would encourage you to start walking with somebody else through it. Now, if you don't know a whole lot, then you want to definitely have a mentor who can kind of mentor you as you're mentoring those who are behind you. But don't let the fact that maybe you feel insignificant or you don't feel knowledgeable enough to stop you from helping disciple other believers. I want to thank you so much for joining this course, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to continue to watch some of the videos that I'll be putting out. But I so appreciate you, and I pray that as you watched this series, that you will come to get a firm grasp of who you are in Christ. One last thing I will say is, as I continue to create more videos in this series, we'll just continue them at the kind of the end of the course. So you'll just want to, from time to time, you may want to go back and check out the last video that you watched and see if any additional videos have been added. So that's it. I so appreciate you. And I just pray that God would bless you and keep you and shine his face upon you, that you would come to know Christ more, and that you would come to know your identity, who you are in Christ, and then help others learn who they are in Christ. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.